Only 10% of cases go to trial due to the high pressure to plead guilty in the United States court system. The Congressional Black Caucus is highlighting organizations like Innocence Denied to discuss the intersections of race and class to these alarming statistics. This sculpture, built by the Mother Earth Project, is a symbol of sustainability at the Georgetown waterfront. It was recognized in April of 2017 after much speculation about climate change and the rise in sea levels affecting the Potomac River and the national monuments surrounding it. Even box cutters are considered weapons eligible for misdemeanor if in the wrong situation. Law enforcement is working to ensure gun culture is minute, although contraband is the foundation of most crime. In Washington, D.C., only about 28% of sexual assault survivors actually report their incidents to local authorities, either from fear of backlash or police bias. So if these assaulters are not being reprimanded by law, what is in place locally to rehabilitate these victims? Organizations like the D.C. Rape Crisis Center and the District Alliance for Safe Housing are nonprofit organizations around the city dedicated to helping survivors. Chanel Bird, an advocate for DASH, works with domestic violence victims and knows firsthand what it takes to give these women and men a safe space.
So we've had, people that needed to come in on an emergency moving basis. And so we as the advocate team would have to get together immediately, prepare a unit, fill the unit up with your basic needs, but that need can range from, dishes to sheets to deodorant, lotion, and DASH provides that.
DASH is essentially a homeless shelter and relies heavily on food and toiletries donated to them by citizens and banks alike. And because they house the children of victims and reside at an undisclosed location, assistance and self-care are a priority. Volunteers around the city work diligently to make sure that where survivors have felt let down, DASH can fill in those gaps.
Sometimes it doesn't have to be what you or I might consider a big thing, but sometimes it's just being able to assist and helping fulfill any small need.
With News Vision, I'm Rodgers. This year, the nation's capital is hosting the 47th Annual Congressional Black Caucus. Gathering thousands of politicians, activists, and citizens alike, the CBC includes speakers like the U.S. Representative Maxine Waters, comedian Orlando Jones, Angela Rye, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, and Reverend Al Sharpton. News Vision followed a panel discussing the implicit bias against Black people in the judiciary system as they experience harsher sentencing and higher bail.
This is Congressman Al Green's panel. It's in conjunction with the Innocence Project, and they are discussing bail reform and how a lot of people take guilty pleas when they don't necessarily need to.
Even in the case of Khalif Browder, a 16-year-old who pled innocent was held in Rikers Island prison and committed suicide shortly after his release.
And think about that if you were 14, if you were 15, if you were 16 years old.
Only 10% of cases go to trial due to the high pressure to plead guilty in the United States court system. The Congressional Black Caucus is highlighting organizations like Innocence Denied to discuss the intersections of race and class to these alarming statistics.
They get sentenced more harshly. Why? Again, because they haven't been able to be in the community to demonstrate to the fact finder, right, to the sentencer that they can do well.
A lot of money being made on the backs of people who are trying to maintain their safety.
For News Vision, I'm Rodgers.